So you guys have made your final purchases, yeah?
Yes.
Did we figure out how much mine is?
Zuri said 15 silver. Don't worry about it.
It's I already owe you.
It's called Friendship Day. Don't worry about it.
Alright. You guys make your final purchases, you get your items together, and then with a already agreed upon your next stop, you head to Tila's shop.
Curiosity looks excited to go back into the shop. Although, before they walk in, he'll pick up the cat off his shoulders and then put it down outside and say, "Okay now, Sophos, you have to wait out here. There's lots of things in the shop that could easily be broken, and we cannot afford to pay for them. So, just wait out here until we come back out, okay?"
He turns his head at you and just sort of, he seems to nod in acknowledgement. You see him kind of look over the building, and he runs off towards it, jumps up to one of the nearby windows and then up again to the roof and seems to disappear.
This is just weird. Is that a bit unusual for a cat?
It's not just you.
Well, I've only known one other cat before.
As the group of you approach the familiar shop of the Elven Alchemist, Aerie, you immediately notice something a little off about the shop. Where normally it's just sort of empty, pleasant atmosphere with few people coming in and out, you immediately see two of the light-armored, golden-plated guards of Zagahta. You see them they stand guard at the three-stepped entrance of the brightly colored shop. As you approach, one of the female guards, she stretches out her hand and she says, "Halt! No entrance into the shop for now. You must come back later in the day."
We're working with Tila on a few things that Assistant Mayor Hartgaze asked us to help with.
I'm sure your business is important, but it will have to wait for a moment. This is guard business.
We're helping her with the case that just happened with the mayor.
The guards look at each other, and I look back at you.
There's that, yes. We're working with Assistant Mayor Hartgrace to take care of this particular matter. Tila was looking into a few things, and we have a few more follow-up questions to help with the investigation.
I don't know about that. Our orders are clear. No one is allowed entrance and sit. And as she speaks, you see stepping out from the door. The door opens, and stepping out from it is a familiar, dark-skinned, short, black hair, and bearded human man. As he walks, he ducks under the low beam of the door. He is carrying his helmet, under his arm, and he has this sort of has a solemn look of focus as he steps out. As he,
Oh, Captain, can you explain to these people that we're here to help?
Something bad happened to Tila, didn't it?
no, just, and he steps aside from the doorway and motions for you to step aside yourselves as two more of his guards come out, and they're carrying, they seem to be there's some sort of something long and heavy. You see that it's covered in a white cloth, and it looks to be about the size of a body. And as the two of those guards step out, the other two guards that were guarding the door, they salute their captain, and then they each take a handle and take the load back up towards the upper district. The captain nods to them and comes back to you. Sorry, no, nothing's happened to Tila. She's fine.
Oh, you're just moving the mayor back then?
Well, yes, Tila said she was finished with him for now, and the assistant mayor believes we should be preparing for his funeral soon.
And I'll pull out the picture I got back from the watch. We went to go investigate this woman's house yesterday. Well, last night, really. And a weird skeleton monster thing attacked us. I think she'd been seeing the mayor a lot recently. I don't know if you've seen her around. We think she skipped town, but if you've seen her, we'll keep an eye out.
He shakes his head and looks at you in a disbelieving way. I'm sorry, you're gonna have to... Bone creature?
Yeah, we wanted to ask Tila about that one. We're really sure, but no, we talked to the assistant mayor. Looked like this Lilora was seeing the mayor a lot recently, and we saw the logbook for the vault room, and she had been going in there. We don't know what she was looking for, so the assistant mayor was going to go into the vault, see if anything was missing. But we think that she was using the mayor to get access to the vault or something, and she either found what she was looking for or didn't.
You see he takes a rag and wipes off the sweat from his brow. Okay. Thank you for this information. I'll take a couple of my best men and investigate the house and this creature.
Yeah, I'll tell him the location of it.
You're certain it was a creature and not just you couldn't have misinterpreted it as something else?
Well, when you see the pile of bones and dust in there, you tell me what attacked us, and then I'll also pull out the stone that I had. Got this from the base of its skull. I was hoping Tila might have more information for us. We've never seen anything like it.
He takes it from your hand and examines it. Yeah, no, this is something for Tila. I've not seen anything like this. Here, and he hands it back. I'm sorry, I know you're probably expecting me to be a bit more captain of the guard, but this is... We haven't had a mayor... Nothing happens to anyone, really, in a long time, and well... It's bad enough that I'm human. To have the mayor die on my watch, this is gonna make things difficult.
What do you mean? What about you being human?
It's just that I don't know if you've noticed, but most of the people in the higher ups or in the guards are Asmar. And they sort of look down on shorter lived races. Don't really see that we can accomplish much in a short period of time. It's surprising really that I became captain. That what they would consider a young age, but it's been rather difficult for me to hold it down.
Well, just the fact that you managed to get the position at all means that you must have some qualities that they valued, so have more confidence. You have a guard on the assistant mayor, correct?
Of course, and I visit her myself almost every hour.
Okay. If you need anything, we'll either be here or probably back at the tavern. If, in case you forgot, could you just remind her to check the vaults?
No, I think I saw her in there pouring through papers earlier, so that must be what she was already accomplishing.
Oh, good. Well, good luck to you. We'll let you know if Tila has anything else for us.
Please do. I could use any help you can offer. Thank you. Oh, and I think if you had something concrete, which it sounds like you do, about the mayor's death, I think Mayor Hartgaze wanted to make his death public today. So, if you could give her as much information as she can use to smooth it over for the public, that would be beneficial.
That's a good idea.
Right. Well, I have preparations to make, so I should be going.
Good day, Captain. Go strong.
Good day. And he gives you all a nod and walks up and follows his guards up to the upper district.
Well then, time to see what Tila has learned. Let's see if we can't add that to what questions we do have and see if we can't put together a bigger picture. And then Ari will step inside.
Winter follows after him.
Stepping inside, once again you are greeted with the warm and cheerful atmosphere that is Tila's mirror image potion shop. Given the somber nature of the current events, it is always a striking contrast to come in here with just the amount of wonder and intrigue and just sort of, best way to describe it, happiness that radiates from this room, this shop. As you step in, though, you do see Tila, and she seems to be on some sort of what we would call microscope, analyzing something at her desk counter, wearing the same blue outfit she was wearing the day before, looking almost as though she had nothing had changed. Her hair still in perfect place, outfit still perfectly clean, as though no time has passed since the last time you'd seen her.
I'll fly over to look at, see if I can see what she's looking at.
Okay. As you place down, go ahead and make a natural lore check. You see in like a clear dish, it looks to be some sort of crimson liquid, and getting closer and getting the smell of it, you guess it's blood of some kind. But as she busts down, she takes notice and says, with one eye still closed and looking into this blood dish, she says, you've all returned. Welcome back, welcome back. I'm in the middle of examining things, but if you give me a moment... And she turns the disc. Yes. And she whips her head back and records something in a nearby notebook, and then she looks up at you all and smiles. So, how was your night?
A little dusty, but it was profitable.
Good, good. Well, let me set this stuff aside. She, with one motion, just like scoots the whole thing to one side. Well, now, tell me everything. I'm so excited to hear about it.
What do you know of Deathroot?
Deathroot?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll hop into the necklace and get the flower back out.
Oh. Well done, though. Let me see.
Particularly for high concentrations, from what I understand, from what I remember. Probably highly concentrated, almost probably boiled down into a poison.
Yes, well... Well, in this current state, the plant is actually quite harmless. Not really much remarkable about it, except that its leaves, not the flower, mind you, but the leaves can, well, they can contain an extract that can produce hallucinations. Very vivid ones. However, sufficiently concentrated, you're right, this can be made into quite a deadly poison.
I guess that's where the name comes from.
But most people that aren't alchemists aren't really aware of it. Most of the time, it's the red seed pods that are used. They can be boiled down for dyes, for fabric making. It's more common usage. But if you're thinking about using those, I wouldn't recommend doing it in closed interior spaces, as boiled in the fumes can still cause mild hallucinations.
What kind of hallucinations are we talking about?
Oh, the everyday ones, seeing things that aren't there, mirages, thinking that your feet are somehow fish.
Perhaps altering just enough of reality or a hallucination to make somebody think they're in love with somebody?
I don't think it would be quite that powerful, but it certainly could be used in manipulation. To get someone perhaps a bit loose and open to ideas. But not to outright make someone fall in love. No. This is not used for a love potion, if that's what you're asking. Where, might I ask, did you find it?
Inside the house of Miss Lilora. We also found a broken alchemical station that was used to boil down some of these. Matter of fact, this particular flower came from the floor of said alchemical station.
Yes, well, it's certainly, and you think this is the same woman that, yes, killed the mayor?
It is possible. This is the one that was, quote-unquote, dating the mayor, so, Yes, I believe this is probably the woman responsible for at least his his allowing her to visit the vaults at the very least.
Well, while this is suspicious, I can guarantee you this is not the way that the mayor was killed. She sets the flower down on the counter.
Yeah, the other thing that happened while we were there is this skeleton monster that had 4 arms attacked us. And he'll pull out this, well, he'll show us something he still has in his hand. I got this from the base of its skull. Don't know if that'll help you out, but you have no idea what it was.
My, how exciting! And she just takes it out of your hand without asking. Let me see.
Oh yeah, so exciting when something's trying to kill you.
But of course, dear lad, what is life without a little danger?
Mhm.
You see her Harmony under his breath just was like muttering, "Lad."
Harry just places a hand on your shoulder. Well, to her you are.
As she examines the item, her face goes sheet white and she says, "You found this inside of a creature."
Yep, base of the skull. Well, what was left of the skull after we finished with it.
Oh no. My dear boy, and she hands this back to you very gently. What you have there is this piece, a fragment of a soul gem.
Wait, a fragment? It doesn't really look like a fragment to me. It looks like a whole piece.
And do I even want to know what a soul gem is?
Hold on a moment. She darts from behind her counter and she goes to the front door. And you see her open her door and she looks to and fro. And she then closes it and locks it and comes back around. This, I think I know what we're dealing with now. But you must listen very closely, and you must promise me you will not tell anyone outside of this room.
Well, we might tell Gorman Olaf, because I don't know exactly what they're doing, but, you know, they're part of our group, so. And what should we not tell the assistant mayor?
No, you'll only worry her and make things much harder. You or other party members are fine. Dear ones, a soul gem is used to capture the souls of those who've gone to the Shadow Vale. They're individuals who have died and not gone to the heavens. She doesn't touch the gem again, but she looks at it and pauses a moment, takes in a deep breath. Soul gems, as I said, are used to store the souls of the dead from the Shadow Vale. You can only transfer a soul that's been to the Shadow Vale. Souls from the Light Vale, they belong to the one true light. You can't take them from him. But Shadow Vale, that was opened when Shadow Soul betrayed the light. That is how he created his armies. He would take the worst and vilest of the souls and created demons, abominations, undead. Eventually, the 5 terrors. Now, soul gems. No one knows exactly how they were created. The one theory, the most popular, is that they're created from corrupted mana stones. These are the same stones I would use to create my mana potions, for example. It is believed he corrupted them and used them to, as I said, bring back the souls of the dead into horrible monsters. However, fortunately, you do not have an entire soul gem, you only have a fragment. But these fragments are used to create unintelligent monsters, such as golems or machinations, automatons. But these gems, in order to create properly, as you say, some sort of bone creature?
That is about what it was. Large, semi-flying, had 4 arms, all skeleton.
There are only a limited number of people who can do this. People who wield Shadow Soul magic. Either very powerful necromancers, and I'm not just talking about your everyday ones, I'm talking about people like the Blood Red Rose, or demons. Now, with this, combined with the way we know that the mayor died, I think I might be able to guess what exactly Lilora, whoever this person is, what their true nature is. She
staring at you like, and
she goes to a bookshelf and she pulls out one of her books and she goes through it until she hits a spot and she turns it around and you see a picture of a slender female woman with horns coming from her head and a tail, dressed in scantily clothes, and she has, looks to be on the other side of her is sort of like a mirrored visage of a human, beautiful woman that looks very similar to the demon next to her. And she says, I think we might be dealing with a succubus.
What forms can this succubus take?
Fortunately, they are limited. They have to be humanoid and feminine in all examples, but beyond that, it can be any race, any style of hair, eye coloring, and the like. They are very known for creating idealized images for their targets. If he died the way I think he did, then she used him until she could no longer use him, and used the most powerful arsenal in their array of spells, the Death Kiss. It is lethal and permanent, and leaves almost no trace on the body.
you said that's the most deadly thing they have. What else can they do?
They are high practitioners of Shadow Soul magic, lieutenants in the order. They can cast demonic spells. They can bind creatures to their will. They can convince anyone to do their will. And they can... Speaking of love potions, it wasn't one at all. She would very easily use her magic to convince him that not so much of love, but as complete devotion to her.
That makes the puzzles fit together. Or it makes the pieces of the puzzle fit together a lot more.
So how does that whole compelling thing work? How do we stop it?
Be strong of will. Be a woman. Aside from equipping yourselves with magical items or finding things that resist these particular spells, that's about it.
So I'm the only one actually safe in my entire group.
Hey,
Well, and Vinda, of course.
From her, yes. That doesn't, of course, make you immune to other demonic abilities and powers of hers, but as far as the compelling goes, yes. Fortunately, it's a bit more limited. This is much more serious than I thought it would be. To be honest, I thought it was perhaps Lilora's quarrel, or that she was some sort of mage, drawn out with power, but if a demon is involved, then we're not looking for someone who is just after a powerful artifact or a quick romance.
didn't we mention the imp?
Imps are easily bound by lower levels of anyone who's delving into Shadow Soul magic, but now that you mention it, if this imp works for a succubus, he likely worships her. As I said, they inspire loyalty. They make those around them fanatically devoted to them.
Those poor Troglodytes didn't have a chance.
No, I'm afraid they did not. No, very few would have had a chance standing next to someone like this, especially someone who can wield even a fragment of a soul gem.
Yeah, so what do we do with this thing now? It could be used again, right?
No, fortunately it is completely inert once used. It's nothing more than a paperweight now.
I'll take it back.
Pretty nasty paperweight still.
Yes, and to anyone who knows what that is, well, you might have an awkward question to answer.
Yeah, it's a trophy. And if anyone actually recognizes what it is, I'll have some questions of my own for them.
So what happens to the soul that was inside of it?
We killed it.
And then what happened to it?
The piece that was stored in it is likely returned back to the Shadow Realm, Shadow Bell. I would not feel too badly for that soul. They chose their path in life. They did not follow the light.
If they were in the Shadow Realm to begin with.
As I said, no innocent can be taken from the light. He has complete domain over all things. It is only the Shadow Veil, and therefore only evil, that can be drawn out.
How do we stop a demon like this?
Find her and kill her. Demons are created from the Shadow Veil too, in much the same way that an automaton is. Some soul is bound to her, giving her intelligence and ability and making a mockery of what she used to be, whatever she was. It is not likely she remembers her past life or something like that. It's not sort of reincarnation, as you might think. Instead, more of using an essence to create something new, something worse and abominable. If you kill her, traditional way, destroy her body, she will not be able to rise again. Or if the soul is used, it will be a different person entirely.
And then what is the connection to Strile's den? There seemed to be a lot of activity there from the cult of the Blood Red Rose. Why would she be interested in that?
That I cannot answer, dear boy. That is something you will have to find out for yourself.
We need to find out what she was looking for.
Yeah, maybe the assistant mayor has found something in the records.
Then I suggest you move quickly. The quicker you can find out and see what her next move is, the better it will be to stop her. As I said, though, you'll gain nothing from telling the mayor about this. She will only panic, and that is the worst thing that Mayor needs. But we have the advantage here. I doubt she knows we've discovered that she is truly a demon. She probably figured eventually someone would surmise her involvement in the mayor's death, just going from what we know. But if she is unaware that you know her true nature, you keep the advantage.
Yeah, about that. We kind of told the captain about the skeleton monster.
Oh, you needn't worry. Raven is not used to magical items. He will not know anything more.
If I recall, there was something about the Blood Red Rose cult being connected with vampires or something? Are vampires also demons, or is that connected to the succubus?
Demons and the undead are from the same magic, but different coins of it. Different sort of abominations. They rarely work together. They don't like each other, particularly like the orcs. Each of them sort of see themselves as the superior created being of Shadow Soul, and each seek his approval. If they do work together, it would be under an extreme circumstance. Was there anything else you discovered in the house?
Well, what was that? The pillows? To stir a certain way?
The dented pillows of doom?
And then the note. The burnt note.
That's right.
A note?
Yeah, we think it may have been from something she took from the vault, like the historical records or something. But there was a bunch of burnt paper in the ashes.
I'll pull the scrap out of my bag and show it to her.
She gently takes it.
Lilora was apparently looking into the events of 300 years ago in regards to the Crimson Force and their efforts in Strile's den.
Well, my dears, this I can help you with. She sets the paper back down and she goes back to a shelf of vials, and she looks through them and she pulls out a single teal-colored vial, and she sets it on the counter and uncorks it. And as she does, she sets the parchment in the center of the table, and she lets a single drop of the teal liquid drip onto the paper. As she pulls back the vial, you watch as the small fragment of burnt paper with a single name on it, it starts turning black from the edges, and it fills inward until the ink on the small fragment disappears into this blackness. And for a moment, a small bit of panic grips you as the paper suddenly bursts into what looks like a fiery embers, the same that presumably destroyed the rest of the parchment. Yet that panic soon fades as the fragment begins to grow. Still maintaining the ember glow, the paper eventually shifts into a full piece of paper, size of probably a single letter. The blackness of the paper retreats into the spot that the single drop of magic liquid that was once the center of the fragment of parchment, but now can be seen as a signature at the bottom of a page. She picks it up and she glances at it and turns it to you, Harmony. I believe that will help you.
Curiosity's jaw is hanging open. He's just staring at what just happened.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be like, yeah, here, read it. It's a thing.
What does it say?
Yeah,
Curiosity's dumbfounded face. I just hand it to Ari real quick.
That wouldn't work with anything that's completely ash, would it?
She smiles at you, Vinda. Unfortunately, I have to have a piece of the paper, and it only works on paper, but it's a handy little trick I've had for a while.
Yeah.
that was amazing.
Yes. It was. I mean, yes, it was very useful. Now, Ari, what does it say?
Mayor Giovanni, I write to you both as a dear friend, but also as a fellow protector of Quittis. As you know, my friends and I have recently defeated the greatest enemy Quittis has faced since the Shadow Soul War. Yet, even in this great victory, there is a danger that it might be undone. I wish I could speak plainly with you, as you have not only been a great friend to myself and my dear friends, but you have proven yourself to be trustworthy beyond all measures. So I urge you to please understand that the task I have undertaken requires a secrecy beyond trust. My request is this: seal away Strile's den. Allow no one to enter those caves. I do hope that this will not be an inconvenience to you. Indeed, I do not know how you would utilize them after the mess my friends and I found there, and disposed of for Zagahta so long ago. At any rate, it is of the utmost importance that no one be allowed to enter to those cave networks. Sincerely and with greatest affection, Windrunner Watcher Defiance, Zytates the Magnificent.
Well, now I know why the caves were sealed. Well, kind of.
Kind of. So there's definitely something there that's not supposed to be found.
Something evil.
Yeah.
I wonder if Novie would remember exactly what part of the caves she was found in.
If I remember correctly, they were not caves to her. They were just straight up a den. It wasn't set up in cave networks like it is now.
No, it was. I mean, Strile's Den was the name of the caves. The cave system was open, though. They didn't have the blocked entrances. But, I mean, it's a whole network of tunnels and caves, so maybe this place we were at isn't the place she was found. We might find more clues there.
It looks like the eventual goal will be Strile's Den anyways. Do we wish to question Novie a little bit more? Or do we want to go straight there? Well, after we pick up Gorm and Olaf.
Well, I think we should check in with Assistant Mayor before we do that. Maybe she'll have found something else. Maybe tell us what else may have been in that pile of ash.
By the way, Taylor, I had a question, Tila.
Yes, of course, dear. What was it?
This is really off topic, but my friend Curiosity was wondering if you have any potions that would help in animal communication, talking to animals, or cats in particular?
She looks at you with one eye up, looks over the group. You mean a potion of animal speaking?
Yes.
Is that a thing?
I believe a feline companion has latched itself onto our curiosity, and we are looking to see whether the old adage is true or not.
Well, of course it's a thing. I have a potion that will grant you animal speaking for 1 hour.
Awesome. Where is it?
I'm under our price over our price range.
She winks at Harmony. That's a smart boy.
But it is important for this situation. I think that the cat knows something important about this matter.
Out of character, real quick, the free potion has that been grabbed
Yes,
yet?
we got a healing potion.
Boo! You guys wasted my free potion.
Wasn't your free potion?
Hey, we went up to Taylor and got her inside the city gate. That was me. I know, but we didn't realize that we would want a potion later.
Roll a persuasion check. She looks at you and you've seen a lot of sides of Tila in the last couple of minutes, but she sort of surprises you. She gives you sort of an almost motherly smile, and she reaches under and she pulls out a small green vial, and she says, "Because I like you, dear boy," and hands it to you.
Thanks, Tila. You're the best.
But the next one you're paying for. All right, now, sounds like you all have a busy day ahead, so I'll unlock the door and shoo you all out. But heed my words. This is dangerous territory you're eating in. Don't go into it lightly.
Oh. One last question. You said that the succubus can, choose its humanish form. Does that mean it can change what it looks like?
Indeed it can. She could be a human woman one day and a gnomish woman the next.
So it's better that she doesn't know that we're onto her for as long as possible.
I like you. You are catching on quite quickly.
That's about the only thing I'm good at.
Even if she didn't know that we were onto her, it would be foolish to stay in the same form that people saw her with the mayor with. If she's already taken steps of not showing up to work and abandoning her house, it seems like an obvious step that she would change her appearance as well.
Well, maybe. Well, they sounded kind of vain, though, so maybe she likes the appearance. So, if she indeed left town and there's no one outside of it to identify her, she may still look like that.
Yeah, but then we got the problem of where.
One step at a time. Anyway, thanks for the help.
But of course, return if you need anything else.
But if she can change her appearance, can she look like specific other people?
And Tila goes to the door and she unlocks it and opens it wide. And she gives you a smile. Minda, I would trust no one and be aware constantly of deception.
Wonderful.
But we should have a key phrase that we can identify the real you with then.
Good idea. You said this animal of yours that you're attached to.
Yes.
What's its name?
Sophos.
Well, then when I greet you, I shall say Sophos.
Just for a reference, if I wanted to acquire another one of these potions, how much would I have to save up?
She smiles widely and says, "My dear boy, that is not a question to ask until you have much better equipment on."
In other words, lad, we're talking about closer to 10, 20 plus gold probably closer to maybe 100.
Who knows? You might not like what your cat has to say.
I guess I'll just have to make my hour count then.
Oh, is there any way to tell that the succubus is, a demon? Is there anything we can do? Something? Or is it basically impossible to tell?
There are certain magics that allow you to see through magical illusion. Items. There could be potions that do that as well, but I don't have any on me. Even if I did, they're quite expensive and very difficult to obtain. I would just keep your eye out for anything that makes it easier for you to see through magic. With that, she sort of ushers you all out the door with a smile on her face. She winks at Curiosity as he goes by with his potion, and gives a reassuring nod to Vinda as you all walk out.
So we're all going to need a different word. Because if there are two of us, and we haven't seen each other for a while, if we all have the same word, one of them said, if the person who knows the word says it first, and the succubus hears the word, they might just mimic the word.
But she said that the succubus could only appear as a female.
Yeah, well, people can also be compelled, so maybe in the compelled state you wouldn't. Well, So you're saying just Winter needs a code word? I guess then she.
Can I have some coffee? That should be mine.
You have to say it when you're not at the tavern. Because if she's been watching us, she'll know that you've ordered coffee there before.
Also, thank you for asking about the potion, Winter.
Oh, sure. I'm curious myself why your cat is following you.
Yeah, I very, very carefully put the potion into my bag as we go outside, and then I look to see where Sophos is, if he's visible.
As soon as you step out of the shop, you see the black tuxedo cat hopping down off the roof, and he comes up near your leg and just sort of brushes your leg and purrs and looks up at you.
Wow, he listens to directions way more than you do.
Greetings, cat friend. I ignore Harmony.
Meow! And he raises his paw up to you like he wants to climb up, but doesn't really want to climb.
Meow.
I lean down to pick him up to give him some assistance.
He gratefully accepts and then just nuzzles himself on your shoulder.
Great news, Sophos. I found a potion that will let us communicate. Once we have some time and I have a chance to write down the key questions so I don't forget anything and waste my hour, we'll use it later.
If a cat could purr out, oh no, you swear that it just did that.
I look at it curiously. I see.
Is that just because you don't want to be interrogated?
Vinda the cat gives you a look of understanding. and shakes his head as though it's like trying to get water off of its body, and just sort of gets the ball he's in just gets a little bit smaller.
Well, if you wanted peace and quiet, you attached yourself to the wrong gloomling.
There's sort of a sad meow.
Oh,
Come
Yeah.
on now, Sophos. You looked at me like you wanted to tell me something. I just want to find out what it is.
Anyway,
also, how
Assistant
come
Mayor.
you're
Let's
acting like this then? It is weird.
Yeah, we'll find out.
Animals don't usually do that.
Yeah, we'll find out when he actually talks to it. But Assistant Mayor takes priority. Right?
Yes, we need to put more pieces of this puzzle together.
I wonder what Corbin Olaf got up to.
And scene transition.
You're welcome, guys.
Fade to black. I'll actually put a fade here, too.
Look at that segue. That was pretty great. That's like a cliched movie segue right there.
For television shows.
And now for something completely different.
Ruined by
And I
us talking
do
about
need to
this.
go.
Bye, Sierra.
Bye.
Bye, Serva.
Right.
Have a good night.
Bye, guys.
We'll try to blow things up while you're away.
Oh, please don't.
We're safe. Garm and Olaf, however, are not.
Yeah.
Edward's gonna be a werewolf? Yes, I.
But there are 2 moons, though, so how does that work?
Shh, it happens twice as often.
They're twice as powerful.
Well, you know, it can happen in a not full moon because you only need like a certain sum of light. So when it's just at least half of each moon is lit, then it counts as a full moon. Clearly, if the moonlight causes it. Otherwise, like the combination happening at the same time. Like, yeah, it wouldn't work. So it's just basically have to be an intensity combination. That's my headcanon. I'm running with it for now until it gets proven completely wrong.
If you haven't flown the coop, Serva, flee.
All right, guys. Bye. Good night.
Good night.
Right.
Okay, Olaf and Gorm. Fading to black, we switch to you. Olaf, as you knock on the door, even with your soft tap, it's enough to swing the rickety door wide open. As it does, you are greeted by the smell of rotten wood and dust mixed in with sand. You both immediately notice 2 passageways. One leads to some kind of open courtyard, overgrown with dead plants and long since abandoned rubble. A second passage goes up onto some rickety, rotten, and suspicious-looking stairwell that curves upward into the unknown upstairs. Peeking,
Like this.
peeking in just a little, you can make out a third passage just behind the doorway that leads down towards some kind of cellar.
Okay, I call out and say, "Hello, is anyone home?"
Hello, hello, hello. Your words echo through the wooden building.
I'm not so sure about announcing our presence like that. I don't like this at all.
Do you think we should leave?
No, but we should be quiet. As we go forward, if this place was marked on your map. I don't know.
Well, see, that's the thing. It's not marked on my map. The map that I have shows a weird, blank, discolored shifting area. There's no building displayed here.
That doesn't help my feeling of unease.
Where do you want to start?
We should stick together. Move through each room quietly, looking around. Try and find the kid first. Get him out, then look around some more.
Okay, so where do you want to start?
Let's look in the courtyard.
Okay.
And I would like to stealth.
Sure, both of you roll stealth checks. Okay. The two of you carefully move through the house. You try and be as quiet as you can. But being that this is, oddly enough, a wooden house, almost every other step you take is a creak and a crack, and you just can't help but make a couple squeaking noises as you go by. You just hope that it won't alert, if anything is here, what is here. You make your way towards the open courtyard. You see sort of what looks to be like a square area. The walls, square walls on either side. Some of them have windows. Some of the walls have windows. Others have doorways in them. Most seem to be caved in or rotted out to the point of no use. You see, you're just standing on some sort of balcony, squared in the same square pattern as the house. In the very center, where the light of the Sinesta is coming down, see what looks to be a large patch of sand, grass growing in odd places, not green or normal colored grass, like clumps of dead brown grass and old branches growing up out of it. Gorm, you looking at it, it feels almost as though maybe at one point this was a garden of some kind, but who knows how long it's been here, and it's just nothing but its own makeshift wilderness. The only things here seem to be dead plants and rubble.
What's this, Sinesta?
It's what they call the sun. It's the name of the
okay.
sun.
It's when everybody goes to sleep after eating lunch.
I can demote XP.
I don't see anything interesting here. Should we move on to the next room?
Yes.
Okay, I want to kind of move through the house, and we don't have a map for it. I kind of want to move through the house in a systematic manner, like I don't know, like stay on this floor for now, and like maybe move around the perimeter of the house or hallways, and then search the center of it or something like that. I don't know.
Okay. Retreating back to the entranceway, you avoid the steps that go upstairs or downstairs, and you go down the passageway that goes right in between them into some kind of hallway. In this hallway, you see doors on either side. Some of them are wide open, and they seem to lead into some sort of bedrooms. Others are closed, but have significant gaps in the wood that also indicate that there are bedrooms. There is one at the very far end and to the left that is closed, and you can't see past it.
So I guess I'll move forward and with my hand on my dagger to try and creak the door open and peek in.
Give me a dexterity check.
I clicked it. I'm clicking it. Ooh, stunt points. Oh, there's a second roll. I guess it just was delayed.
There's lag.
Yep.
We'll go with the first one.
I believe it'd be an exploration stunt.
Right. Well, as you're looking at that, you carefully open the door. As you do, you step over the threshold, ever so slightly, of the doorway as you open it, and you are not quick enough as before you realize your foot falls into rotten and creaked warped wood, and your foot goes up in all the way up to your knee, and you kind of grunt in pain as you take 4 points of damage. As you make this crunching noise, Olav, you can see like 3 or 4 rats skitter out of the room, and they run out past you, the both of you.
Okay, I want to reach out a hand and grab Gorm kind of under his arm and help him up out of the hole.
Yeah, take your hand and I start trying to get up, get my leg out. Carefully, though.
Are we still on the first floor of the building?
Yes.
Can I look down into the hole and see down in there?
Sure. As you lift your brother's leg out and steady him to somewhere where the floor is a little bit more stable, you see that his leg, his leg penetrated the floor where there's a small opening, and you can see that it leads to some sort of downstairs past the floor, but it's pitch black and you can't see past it. But you can see that there's definitely a level below.
I tried to take a peek.
Gorm, you can see what looks to be the beginnings of some sort of rock. Maybe like the bottom of a cellar or a basement. you can see pieces of the wood that fell there. From the little hole you can see, it's a biggish room, but it's pitch black and there's no source of light, and you're having trouble seeing much more than that.
There's a room down there. Kind of obvious.
This is a desert. Maybe it's some kind of cistern.
Possible, but I want to. So, wait, did we see any stairs going down when we came in?
Mm-hmm. Behind the entrance door, there is stairs that seem to lead into a kind of cellar.
But I'd like to poke with my longbow ahead of me anywhere I try to step into this room and gauge on whether or not the wood is rotten and going to kill me by making me fall down through it.
Okay, make a perception touching test. Okay, carefully feeling the wood out, you manage to avoid some of the heavily rotten areas and step ever so slightly around the room. As you're looking through the room, it looks like it's another sort of bedroom area. But what you do notice, different from the others, is there are drawers that seem to be open towards either side of the beds, and looking at them, you can see that these drawers have been recently opened as the dust has been displaced, and you can see what look like small handprints in the mixture of dust and sand, as though maybe someone leaned on it and pulled the drawers open to see what was inside.
I'd like to use the stunt point that I got from there for object of your attention, since I was perceiving the floor. And I get a +1 bonus to examine or perceive additional aspects of the object until the timer venue changes.
Okay, what do you want to use that on?
I want to look for signs of disturbances in the long abandoned building on the floor, to look for tracks. This is the perfect place to pick up the trail of the kid.
Okay, yeah. You, looking at it now, you do see small footprints that lead to those drawers, and then footprints that lead back outside of the room.
Oh, Rob, the kid has been through here. I can see his footprints. I think we should follow them.
Okay.
And so, yeah, start trying to track the kid.
Okay. Tracking the footprints, you follow them through, and they lead you back out towards the entrance and downwards towards the cellar.
And from now on, anywhere that's wood, I'm going to be poking with my longbow.
Okay, noted. You see the stairwell leading down towards the cellar. Looking at it now, you can see that the wooden door to the cellar is wide open. The little bit you get of light comes from the courtyard and the entrance door that's open behind you. And you see stairs. Look in somewhat better condition than the stairs leading upward, but still pretty rickety and rotten out. They lead down towards this, and then eventually the stairs just disappear into darkness.
I forge ahead.
I follow along behind him and I say, "It's getting hard for me to see down here."
I reach into my pack and pull out a torch. I believe I have one torch. And I hand it to Olav.
Real quickly for this, I'm gonna let Ari see what Gorm is seeing so that we can get it on the camera. Barry, just don't mess with his character sheet. That would be rude.
Oh, okay. I won't go look at his money and then delete it to 0.
It's not like I have anything near yours.
Well, thing is, the camera is going to record me going over to your character sheet, and I'm not.
I have a convenient. Oh, the music got blocked for this 3-second segment.
Music would. What?
On YouTube, I couldn't put this section up.
Oh, I would just cut this section out because that's the
Yeah.
easiest way to deal with it. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and you can just blame it on YouTube.
Oh yeah.
Well, the easiest thing to do is just not to press on the character sheet.
But then he can't steal your money.
Fine, true.
As you descend down the stairs, you get past the doorway and can feel that as you get past the doorway, it leads down more stairs. And it is pitch black. There is no other light source other than behind you pouring into this room. Olav, I need you to make a dexterity save for me. As you're going down pitch
I gave him
dark
a torch.
stairs.
He should, but he didn't light it before he went. So, oh,
It's not. I could see. I could see my guy on the map.
Yeah. You can see 5 feet in front of you. You're
So,
5.
yeah.
You can feel your square.
he's
See
got
your
a
square.
torch.
So wait.
How much light does the torch give?
Let's just say that you have the torch. That'll make things easier. So you let the torch. I still need you to make a dexterity save because these are rickety stairs, and you just have torchlight to follow.
Okay.
Okay. The two of you carefully go down the stairs, and you get towards the last stair, and Olav, you miss the last stair. There's instead of a stair, there's a gap that leads down, and you're not prepared for it, and so you trip and end up falling flat on your face. Take 4 points of damage as you go poof into the dust, the dirt, and get some of it in your mouth, and just sort of Gorm, you can just see a wave of dust just be disturbed across the ground.
Jeez, did we both forget how to walk when we came in this building?
Not my fault. The floor gave out beneath me.
Two of you make a perception check.
Who?
Both of you.
my best ability, but
Okay. So, two of you, distracted by the humorous situation you find Olaf in, as you are helping your brother get back up, Gorm. All of a sudden, you look next to you, and you see small little lights, reflective lights in the dark. And at first you're confused by them, not quite certain.
I swatted them.
But no, because you don't see them. And they come closer, and you're not certain what they are until they get closer, and they come into your point of view, and you see looks to be just dozens and dozens of rats coming towards you in a pack formation. Olaf, you immediately hear squeaking sounds as from out of the darkness something comes towards you both. And as you
ready my bow.
ready your bow, Olaf, you're still on the ground getting yourself back up. You want to do anything?
Me?
Yeah.
I guess get my sword out.
Okay. As the two of you get your weapons ready and look about you for the next thing of what's about to come at you, we're gonna leave it for tonight here.
I don't know what good my sword's going to do. I can't even defeat stairs with my feet.
Yeah, your sword uses your hands. You're totally different. The torch is still fine.
I bet you could defeat stairs with your sword. Especially if they're old and dilapidated.
And probably half rotten.
And
Actually, it wouldn't be rotten, it'd be desiccated in this heat.
And with that, we will say goodnight to YouTube and all that. I hope you guys had fun watching on YouTube. We had fun tonight playing and all that, and weird thing just appeared on screen. Oh, those are hordes of rats. Okay. Yes, get to see Olaf and Gorm fight rats.
Yeah, I can heal people. As long as I survive.
I mean, yeah, if we can find them after the staircase gets eaten by rats.
After the building softened us up for them.
Yeah, pretty much. Anyways, thank you for joining us in on YouTube. Again, I had great fun tonight, and hope to see you guys next time. Y'all have a good night, and God bless.